And that goes back to being yourself, of course. Don't try to be, just because you see somebody else doing it a certain way, don't feel that you have to do it that way. Just because I do something one way doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. You got to find what works for you. And, if something doesn't feel right, it's not right. I mean, it's not going to get better, so don't learn those bad habits from the beginning. Just be yourself. I mean, that's why they're there. And that's all people want. When I go buy something and I'm talking to somebody, I just want them to listen to me, to what I want and what I need. And if they actually listen to me and they help me achieve that, why wouldn't I buy from them? What would be a reason for me not to? But if they're pushing something on me that I don't want, and they're saying things that don't sound truthful, and they're saying things that is not from their heart, I mean, just I'm not going to do business with that person. So pay close attention when you're out shopping for something, and it could be anything. I mean, just pay close attention to things that people say to you and say, oh, that didn't feel right. That felt horrible, right? Pay attention to that, because you may be doing that and not paying attention. So you got to be aware of what you're saying. You got to be aware of customers, what they're hearing. You might say it one way and they're hearing something else. You got to be conscious of these things, and that's how you lose sales. If you don't pay attention, you're not aware, and you're not listening. So you got to listen to what they're actually saying. And but I do it with my son. If I go buy clothes or I'm buying something, and I make him pay attention to the salesperson that's helping us. And he's 10 years old, and now he picks up on that thing, and he says, "Wow, I can't believe he just walked away from me." And he'll pick up on it, and then he'll make me feel like, you notice that? But I want him to notice things, and I want you guys to notice things when you're out there. That's the best experience you can get. I mean, learning what not to do is probably more important than learning what to do.
Yeah, the whole awareness piece is, that's critical. And that self-awareness, that social intellect, that emotional intellect that lives in each one of us anyway, is what we have to really honor.
And again, he's right. He made me aware of everything. He made me aware of myself. He made me aware of my customer's position. He made me aware of how they approach me. He made me aware of who shakes my hand and who gives me a hug. And, the first word that's out of their mouth. I mean, I'm paying attention to everything. And eventually you guys will too. It takes time, of course. It takes time, and it takes patience. Which this whole business takes patience. So if you don't have patience, I mean, you guys are going to be in trouble. So work on that if you need to. But yeah, he just made me aware. I mean, now I see a customer walking in, I can immediately tell that customer's position. I can immediately tell on how their demeanor is. If I feel like somebody's on edge or something, then I know how to react to that. If I don't see it and I'm not aware that they're on edge, and I'm adding fuel to the fire some way, then of course it's a disaster. So now I'm aware of it, so I know how to approach it, and I know how to attack it to calm the situation. Could be, and sometimes they come in with that, defense mechanism up, and they're just blocking everything. And by the end of the conversation, they're hugging me and they're jumping on me and they're excited and they're showing their emotions. Again, letting people know it's okay to be emotional, letting people know it's okay to be excited, it is good, because I'll show my excitement so they feel like it's comfortable. Good for them to show their excitement, and I'll sometimes get it out of them. I'll force it out of them, and then when they do, they'll never go back. They'll always feel that way.